All right, next we have a comment from VG Screens, and they say, regarding headphones psychologically altering performance, I'm the same but with mics. I often catch myself delivering differently depending on handheld, stand, lav, boom, acoustic. It's not just altering performance to logically optimize the available mic/space, it's like my brain starts trying to switch into different modes. I'm a crazy person, aren't I? Lol. But then as far as your brain switching into different modes based on the microphone you're using, that kind of makes sense to me because if you have a broadcast microphone, you may associate this with certain types of content that you've watched before, certain podcasts, certain radio shows, certain YouTube videos that you've watched before, and you start to adopt the presentation styles of those hosts. If you have a lav mic, you may completely forget that you have a microphone on and be much more natural. If you're overhead booming, again, you may completely forget that you have a microphone and feel a little bit more natural and speak more like yourself as opposed to, hey, I am in broadcaster mode. For me, when I am holding a handheld microphone, I don't know what it is, but it triggers this insane part of my brain where I over-enunciate and then I just go off the rails and get wacky and weird and move around a lot. I'll spin around. I will have really dumb ideas because I'm holding a handheld microphone. There's no reason or justification or anything for that happening, but that is what happens. If you watch any podcast episodes where I am standing at the beach, on a spaceship, on the moon, anywhere, you will find those episodes being a bit more loosey-goosey, a bit stranger, a bit more off the rails, and that's because I am typically hand-holding a microphone. And when that happens, all bets are off. So you may think it's strange, but it makes perfect sense to me because each of these microphone types, we have watched a lot of media using these microphones. A lot of media where people use these mics, and the type of media we see produced with this type of microphone or a handheld mic, or if we don't see a microphone at all, that's going to impact how we believe we should act with those microphones. Or at least that's how I am perceiving it. That's how I interpret this type of mode that you're switching between. Because I've noticed the same thing. With a broadcast microphone, I may try to sound a bit more broadcasty. With a handheld microphone, I just may go off the rails because that's where all the fun bloopers happen. When you have ENG, electronic news gathering, out in the field, that's where all the wackiness happens, where you have some lunatic run up on camera and start screaming into it. I'm the lunatic, and I am holding the microphone. And then with lav mics or with shotgun mics or overhead mics, you just feel a bit more natural. I've had SoundSpeeds comment on that exact thing. He said, look, when you have the microphone out of frame and you're not blocking yourself, you move around so much more and you just seem much more natural. So all of these things will impact how you present, how you act with each of the different microphone types. So you may think you're weird, but it makes perfect sense to me.